Oh joy, got another exhibit, yes indeed, at the Upcountry History Museum. We've got Kristen Pace with us, and we have Christina Hornback. How you girls doing?
Doing good.
This is pretty special. Now the castle exhibit, all that's there, and it's going to stay a while.
Yes.
But beginning, let's see, when is it, Saturday? Through May 24th. Tell them, it's pretty exciting, I think.
Well, we have Underground Railroad, Through Darkness to Light, photographs along the Underground Trail, and a contemporary artist, Janine Mikna Bales, has documented locations that she's photographed along a trail she has created from Louisiana to Canada, and the photographs are what a first person's perspective would have been along that trail with somebody striving for freedom.
And these were slaves,
the trail
right?
we're talking about is, you know, slaves trying to escape underground
to get to the Northern
yeah.
Territory where they were free.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, looking at, like, in history, like, reading about it, you're like, okay, good, but like, the courage that you had to have, and to know,
or death.
you know what I mean, and to know where to go, and to depend on strangers too,
These
to
are
help
actual
you out around the
photographs.
way.
Yes, these are the photographs.
Wow.
Graveyard.
So how did she know where these were, just from, like, you know, history and doing research?
She did her own
and-
extensive research.
This project, she's worked on it for about 10 years.
Is she African American?
No,
I
she's
just wondered.
Caucasian. So, but she is from Ohio and had lived in a community that had had a station for the Underground Railroad and had an interest in it from an early age. And so as an adult, she decided to research and do this project. So she used oral histories and academic documentation and maps and things like that, where she followed along different locations and took photographs at night with family members or hired security.
Yeah. And there was no, like, pathway. I mean, they came from all over the South.
Right. There were just locations that people learned about that were safe places for them to be, or had people that could help them.
And the trust. It's not like you can be like, hey, text me that map
Exactly.
again. Like,
No,
what
no.
way?
No.
What? I mean,
It was word
Star.
of mouth, and you followed the North Star, the Big Dipper, and things like that, because of course enslaved individuals were not educated for the most part, so
they're pretty freaking smart to you know.
Very great.
I mean, amazing.
Well, so this was like, well, well, I don't know, slavery goes back so far. 1840s and 50s primarily, I would think, before emancipation, which was what, mid-60s, 1860s.
Up through the end of the Civil War.
Yeah.
Are there? So there's all the pictures. Are there stories that go along with it?
No, I think that's why your best bet is to call me and schedule a tour.
Okay.
Because we've done our research, our volunteers have done extensive research, and we can give a very detailed tour that's going to tell some of these stories of these photographs. So.
See, I love that, because I love looking at something and just kind of taking it all in, but then hearing, okay, now this house was, or wherever, or if they were going to, like, they'd have to, you know, like, that makes it.
History is telling people's stories.
Yes.
And so
Yeah, a lot of it now
real.
is oral.
And I think that's why so many people enjoy history in school. I know it's my son's favorite, because it's, I mean, it's real life, good or bad.
Right. Yes.
It's what really happened, and not that long ago.
You mentioned cell phones, but again, slaves that found support, you know, a safe haven as they traveled, that word would get back, I guess, and there would be more.
Man, the Upcountry History Museum, they do it all. So this is going to be starting on Saturday.
Yes.
If you missed the segment where we had them on last week, we talked about the big castle.
Yes.
Remind people about that one real fast.
That's a hands-on exhibition where children get to experience the ways of a village. So you can be a carpenter or a cook or a blacksmith or a gardener, and there's also the
Well, you know, with
the
all
grand
this rain, you
castle
could
too.
put a moat around the castle.
There we
all
go.
the rain was here.
Yeah, with all this rain, we might need it.
No kidding. Okay, so if any of this you're like, yes, I need to go check this out, and you do, because it's fascinating, and we're so lucky that Greenville has this. Upcountry History Museum, right there, upcountryhistory.org, and take them up on their offer to schedule a tour so they can really.
Field trip tours.
Yes, love it.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Come on
thanks,
down.
ladies.
All right,
That's
thanks.
good.
See you.
All right, for our next segment, we're just going to go right next door to the Upcountry History Museum, because out there you can do it all. We're going to the library next, and this, though, is not necessarily about books. It's about seeds. We're going to explain when we come back.